All right. Some Sly and the Family Stone.
Yes.
1968. Yeah. Sounds like Muhammad in the background, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. Now, what we're going to do now is one on acceleration. Now, we know that acceleration equals change in velocity, change in time. Now, we can simply say that it's going to be, we can say some problem, we can just simply say v over t. Correct? All right, so let's do the problem. It says, a jumbo jet taxiing down a runway receives word that it must return to the gate to pick up Muhammad. Okay? Our own Muhammad is an important passenger and he's going to get picked up. So the jet is going back to the gate. I know, Muhammad is very important. The jet is traveling 45 meters per second, which is pretty fast-ish. Okay? When the pilot receives the message, what is the acceleration of the plane if it takes the pilot 5 seconds to bring it to a halt? So we know that it's going to go, remember, it's always going to be final minus initial, right?
Negative.
So what's going to be the final velocity?
0.
0.
So it's going to be a negative.
And this is going to be 45, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Over, what's the time? 5 seconds, correct?
Change in
So that's going to be equal to what?
negative 9. Negative 45.
Negative 9.
In acceleration.
Do you see why it's squared? Do you see why it's squared, or you're just going to take me at my word?
Because it's an acceleration.
Well, it's actually a deceleration. Yes.
It's a negative acceleration.
Okay, let's try to fix our vocabulary. Acceleration is positive or negative. When something speeds up, it's positive. When something slows down, it's negative. Okay? So, when something slows down, it has a negative acceleration. Yes? A way of expressing negative acceleration is to say deceleration. Same thing, right? Okay? Now, this is negative 45 meters per second divided by seconds, divided by 5 seconds, right? Isn't that correct?
Yeah.
Right? So that's going to be the same as negative 45 meters per second times 1 over a second. Isn't that correct? Isn't that the same thing? Isn't this same thing as saying divided by 5 seconds? Isn't that right? Divided by 5 seconds?
Yeah.
Or you say multiply by the reciprocal, right? Right? So we say times 5
1 over 5.
over seconds, right? Isn't that right? Correct? Sorry.
1 over 5. Second. Yeah.
Isn't that correct?
Yeah.
So this becomes negative 9 meters per second squared. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Seconds times seconds. That's where you get the squared from. Because you're dividing it by seconds. Or multiplying it by 1 over seconds. Correct?
Yeah.
So the answer to the problem is going to be
Second squared.
negative 9 meters per second squared. Easy?
Yes.
Okay? End of first acceleration problem.
Yes.
Okay.